Hey all, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a really cool video for you all. If you were not aware, I am currently almost 9 months pregnant. I really wanted to show you what we did with the nursery. I will have a full nursery tour as well as a nursery closet tour coming up soon. But in the meantime, I wanted to show you how we did the accent wall in the nursery. So Andrew, my husband, and I are very much into the very farmhouse, shabby chic look, a la Chip and Joanna Gaines from Fixer Upper. We decided to do a faux shiplap accent wall, and it was a lot of work, I'm not gonna lie, but it turned out really cool and I'm very pleased with how it looks. I think it adds some really cool flair to the nursery that wouldn't have been there if it was just a plain drywall like how most rooms are. I want to give you kind of a little mini tutorial on how to do this, and of course I also have some pictures to go with it. So what we did was we went to Lowe's and we got some plywood. We got the 11/32 of an inch thick plywood. I would say you can use really any thickness, but any thinner it gets a little bit floppy, and any thicker it's just kind of heavy, and it also gets more expensive the thicker that you go. So the pieces of plywood were 4 feet by 8 feet long, and we had them cut them into 6-inch by 8-foot long strips. However, the wall in the nursery is 12 feet long, so we also got some of those cut in half so that they ended up being 4 feet by 6 inches long. And then as you will see in the stop motion kind of footage, we staggered them so that each row was 4 feet, then 8 feet, and then the next row was 8 feet, then 4 feet, and then 4 feet, 8 feet. So that it wasn't one section of the wall was 8 feet and then one section of the wall had all the 4-foot boards. Unfortunately, when we went to Lowe's and had them cut those pieces, they did not do a very good job. A lot of them were very uneven. Some of them on one end of the board was 6 inches, and then on the other end of the board they were 8 inches. So they were very like that. So I personally would recommend cutting them yourself. We also ended up having to get some more, and we went to Home Depot because Lowe's did not do a very good cutting them, and Home Depot did even worse. So cut them yourself or have a person who is very handy cut them for you. You need like a circle saw. I don't know if that's exactly what it's called, but it's a circle saw. Do it yourself, don't have them do it. Just buy the plywood and do it at home. You really want to try to get those straight boards if you can, because then you don't have to finagle them and try to make them even. When you are putting these on the wall, you can take tile spacers, but we actually just use nickels, and we put nickels in between the boards so there's a tiny gap in between each one, because if they were all, pressed right next to each other, then it would just look like a solid board, and what was the point of cutting them in the first place? You also need a nail gun to nail these boards to the wall. So like I said, we staggered the boards so that it was 4 foot, 8 foot, 4 foot, 8 foot, 4 foot, etc. all the way from the top down to the bottom. And then when we were done with that, we painted that entire wall. The Shiplap board wall ended up taking a little bit more paint just because it soaked it up more than the drywall. But the paint that we used was from Lowe's, and of course the paint's covering up the label. It's the Olympic One interior paint, eggshell, in the shade Ultra White. And then we just painted the entire room like that. The rest of our house is kind of a creamy off-white, and we wanted something that was just a little bit more cool toned, a little bit more pure white, just to make it seem cleaner and fresher and more of that farmhouse feel. We love how it turned out. We're definitely very pleased with the result. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful or at least entertaining. But either way, that is going to be everything. So until next time, I'll see you all soon. Bye!